What is going on YouTube? Jay here. Today we're going to be doing the unboxing, installation, and review of an idoing radio. This is going to go on a Honda Civic. It will work for any Honda Civic from 2015 all the way up to 2022. In this particular case, we are doing it on a Honda Civic 2020 basic model. So it came in a box like this. This time I decided to leave it on the box that came from shipment. That way you guys can see what to expect. And inside, as typical, we should see a white box, and indeed it is a white box. We have a 9-inch display. It comes with Android 12. It has the same octa-core processor. The display, not only is it a 9-inch, also it has a QLED panel, 720p resolution. It comes with Bluetooth 5.0 as well, and it does support 4G. So these apparently are all the harnesses that we are getting so far. I can see the little canvas system for this vehicle. It does support the factory camera, but I will need to confirm with you guys if it does support the factory microphone. I don't think it does because they did include a free microphone. So right here we have the typical things like the 4G modem, the GPS antenna. This is the microphone right here, and some pry opening tools so that we can unassemble the vehicle. And here is the radio. Now this radio mounts really differently in the sense that it is not flushed with the dashboard. It looks more like the modern vehicles, such as this vehicle is. We know this is a 2020 model, so it is a pretty modern vehicle, and they made it look so cool in my opinion. I've already seen some pictures of it and it looks phenomenal, guys. So this is the radio itself. So we can see the capacitive buttons. We have a power on, which is actually a mute, but it looks like a power button. You have the home key, the back key, the volume rockers up and down, and we even have a built-in microphone with a little reset hole. On the back side, you can see that it is more like a single DIN style radio, and it comes with 4 gigabytes of RAM and 64 gigabytes of internal storage, which is more than sufficient for a radio. It does support wireless CarPlay and wired and wireless Android Auto as well. Some of the things that we will need for this assembly on the Honda Civic 2020 is going to be the pry opening tools that came included with this radio, and a Phillips head screwdriver. I happen to have one that it is electric. It helps a lot, but you can also use a manual one just fine. So we're going to bring everything here to the car so that way we can take a look at it. And right here you guys can observe that this is a very clean car. It is inspected. It is a 2020 pretty brand new car, and it is in fact my neighbor's car. So the Nissan Rogue that I worked on a couple of months back belongs to the wife of the owner of this car. So both of them have been nice enough to lend me their cars to provide these tutorials. This is the factory radio. All right guys, so here we go. You can leave your shifter the same way that it is. All you have to do here is just start prying the edges, and it seems like it is a good idea to pry it first here with the tool. There it is. There's like a little opening here in between it, and there we go. This car has never been bothered with before, so I can tell the clips are very solid in there. And bam, there we go. And voila, we got the other one removed. So our next step is to remove the AC controls. These are also held by clips only, and it is easy. All you have to do is just go like underneath it like so, and then just give it a nice little pull. So let's disconnect the harnesses for the AC controls. There we go. We do have the harnesses attached here to the frame of the radio. So what I did is that I pressed the 2 little pins that open up once it reaches the other side. You can do that from the left side. Just pinch it. I'm not sure if you guys can see that right there. Just pinch both of them. It has only two, luckily. Some of them are round and it makes it a little bit harder. And then just leave it hanging in there. Our next step here is to remove the two Phillips screws. You're gonna have two on the left. Just do the one towards the right side, and then you have one on the right side, which is all alone. And indeed they are Phillips, or you can also use an 8mm socket. So now that we removed those two screws, so you guys can tell this car is really easy to take apart. Now we can work our way around here and pull it. It doesn't seem, these clips are seriously hard, so it looks like you can just put your hands around it and start pulling. It has some very aggressive clips, I can tell you that. So on the back here we have two main harnesses. One are for the speakers, and then steering wheel controls, so on and so forth, and of course for power as well. So let's see, we are now taking out, this looks like the XM antenna, this is the FM antenna, and voila, we just took it out. All right, with these clips, all you have to do is insert your finger like so, and then kind of like pry them up and then down, so that the other side of the pin comes off of the housing for the radio. In terms of the microphone, I went ahead and removed this gasket for the door, and then I ran the wire underneath the gasket. I came down here. I had to remove this panel on this car, which first you have to pull down with your hands. It is all held by clips. You pull down this section, and then you're going to find two Phillips screws right here, in which one goes on the top like this and the other one is at the bottom, and they look like this. And then I fished it with this magnetic little thing that I have, and I tied it to the end here, and now I am pulling the wire so that way we can have it on top here. And then the excess, I'm just going to wrap it around somewhere so it doesn't get pulled, and then I'm going to wrap the rest. And that's how you run the wire for the microphone here through the dashboard and get it around your installation area. Next step is to install the GPS antenna. It does have double adhesive tape already for you. So right underneath where the AC vent is, you're gonna find a flat area. I like to go as high as I can on the dashboard. Remember, this is an antenna, and I think I got it right there at the right spot. Now it is time to connect our harnesses. Keep in mind that some of these are not going to be used with this particular Honda Civic because this is the base model, but other models that come with different sound systems and amplifiers and whatnot from factory, then yes, a lot of these are going to be used. In this particular case, it seems like you're going to use these three mainly, or actually two of them. It's going to be these two right here. So we're going to just start connecting harnesses. So this one plugs in right in here, and then this one connects right in here, and then we have a USB conversion cable here for the factory USB, and this goes on like this. There we go. And the last one will be this one, which is for the FM antenna. It is this one. So let's grab the antenna, which is right over here, and it gets connected right in here. The reverse is going to get connected right in here. So you had to plug these two together. They go on like this. There we go. I guess it is for power, okay, or for the camera to be recognized by the radio. Next step is to add all the clips to the radio before plugging it in. Very simple. You have 3 on each side. Now this is crucial, guys. Remember that we no longer have that supporting bracket, so everything's going to be held by the clips, which I'm more than confident that these hold very, very well. Well guys, check this out. We got everything connected. There's a couple of things that I would like to go through with you guys because there's a lot of harnesses in here and I had to play with them a little bit to get things working. One of them being here, the USB connector for the factory hub, which we have right underneath this compartment here on these Hondas, which is a little bit uncomfortable. I don't see why they didn't add it a little higher, but anyways, this little converter, when it plugs into the radio, the harness that connects to the radio should have been like this one, but unfortunately the design is a little bit different. So when you plug it in, you had to kind of plug it in upside down. As you can see here, it has a little clip on this side. You might think that it goes on like this on the rear side of the radio, but it actually goes like this. It doesn't really clip on, but it is snug enough on there to actually stay. And you can see that it does charge the phone now that I have it connected. And the only thing is that even on their site, they're saying that it doesn't support wired CarPlay. Unfortunately, it is only wireless CarPlay, but it does support wired Android Auto and wireless Android Auto. But for the CarPlay, it's just going to be wireless, but at least we have activated that port so that we can use it for charging purposes. And as you can tell right here, it is in fact charging my phone. So that's the first thing that I wanted to bring up. We have our little FM antenna connected, our GPS, this harness right here, the little blue one, that's for your mic, and it is connected right here. That's the wire that we ran on the upper side of the pillar, and then on top of the steering column, and then we fished it in here. So that's that wire. And for the camera, this is another confusion. I thought it was right cam, but this is not where you connect it. You're going to connect it to where it says CCD AVN, and the harness gets connected right next to the main harness. I thought it was going to be down here because they do match, but it doesn't get connected there. And there's even a sticker here that tells you that it goes in here and not over here. And then the camera end gets connected, like I said, to the CCD AVN, and that's how I got my factory reverse camera to work. Well, check this out. This is one of the most amazing looking radios that I have installed out of all of them. idoing, guys, is definitely improving, and you're gonna see here why I'm telling you this. So first and foremost, the factory reverse camera works 100%. As you can tell, no issues there whatsoever. The second thing is that, for my surprise, the AC controls actually work on the radio itself, so I don't have to press the buttons down here. I can just press on this little snowflake, and then from here I can control the AC, including the speed. Check it out. I can lower it. I can turn on and off the AC. So if you look down here, every time I give it the command to turn on the AC, it changes at the bottom. And also we can change the modes, which is again super cool. Let's go here on settings. If you guys need to change your vehicle style, you have to go on factory settings, and the passcode is 3368. You hit confirm, car model right here, and then it's going to be selected up to Civic, which is okay, but then you have to select the one, at least for this particular vehicle, it was the 2016 to 2021 high. Not the low, but the high. Once you set that up, then that's how you get the AC controls to work properly. Again, the code is 3368. We go into about device, and from here we can see the Android system. It is claiming to be Android 12. It comes with the 4 gigabytes of RAM and 64 gigabytes of internal storage. We know that already. The steering wheel controls came working already. So if I hit the volume up, okay, you can see that it is in fact working. You can also skip. So if we skip, it goes to the next song and the next song after that. And then all these buttons for answering declining phone calls also work, guys. So we're gonna mute it here for just a second. There we go. And then from settings, you can also do other things on here like change the colors. You can change your reverse settings, so on and so forth. We have seen this many times in the past, so nothing really crazy there. And the radio is working fine, as you can hear. Let's increase the volume. $1000 es el concurso. Okay, so that is working perfectly well. And of course, for the CarPlay, we had to connect the Bluetooth. So I went into settings. Let's see, let's go into settings. I went into Bluetooth and I did change the Bluetooth name to Honda Civic, as you guys can tell. And once you are connected once, it disconnects, and then you're gonna have wireless CarPlay. So if you go here into the apps, these are all the factory apps. We have seen this before from idoing. Then we click on here, and as you guys can tell, the CarPlay is already running. And the same thing is going to happen if you connect a Android device. Then you're going to have Android Auto, and everything is working great on here, guys. So this is the music. I was playing some old school music. You can play whatever. We don't have to really review this part, but what I like about it is how clear everything looks. I mean, this is where that QLED panel really shines, and with the 720p display, guys, it looks amazing. Way better than any factory radio. Even on my Honda, or not Honda, excuse me, my Toyota Highlander from factory, I have a 2020. It came with CarPlay and Android Auto as well, but it doesn't look as near as good as this display. So I'm looking to see if they have already made a radio dedicated for that car, and if they did, I am definitely upgrading, guys, because it just looks phenomenal. Check out here the maps. We have, again, all the apps, and everything is working fine, but it has to be wireless, and unfortunately it doesn't work wired. If you want it wired, you're going to have to disable that USB factory port and hook up the wire that we saw earlier with the purple harness. Then yes, that one will give you wired CarPlay, but in this case I am more than okay with the wireless. Keep in mind that we have an octa-core processor on here, and this thing is just functioning great, guys. So far we have seen how the steering wheel controls work from factory. We have seen the reverse camera work from factory. Even the AC controls can be done directly from here, which is another plus. We have factory navigation, Bluetooth works, and we even have an equalizer on here. And to my likes, the best one that gives you that kind of quality sound is going to be the rock mode. If you guys place it on rock, you're going to see how this thing really rocks. Of course, we have a Play Store, which allows you to download streaming apps such as Netflix, Hulu, so on and so forth. We know this is Android, guys, so we don't have to doubt the fact that it's just going to play whatever you give it. And overall, it is an amazing looking radio, as you guys can tell right here from the top. Everything just looks so great. Even the viewing angles are amazing. I'm pretty sure that my neighbor is going to be super happy about his new radio. And yeah, with that being said, guys, I think we have successfully completed the unboxing, the assembly, and the review of the idoing radio for the Honda Civics from 2015 all the way up to 2022. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, comment, and share. Click on the bell icon so that you don't miss future videos like this. And I'll see you on my next one.